Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is SatTV Week. Now I'm here at IBC where I'm pleased to be joined by Mitja Lovesin of STN. Mitja, thank you for joining me. We've spoken many times before. Give me a little bit of an overview of where STN is at the moment.
Well, first of all, it's nice to be back. It's nice to see you again after all this time. And yes, it has been a challenging time during the pandemic. And I think we used this time quite well. We were fortunate that we didn't really feel the pressure of the pandemic, so that means that the business was steady. There was no major shifts, major cancellations, so that was I was very happy about it. And we used this time, as I said, really well because we kind of revamped the infrastructure. The time that we had, with lack of the new projects, we used to do a lot of virtualization of our services. We upgraded the security systems, we upgraded our fiber systems. So basically we use this time, to upgrade and prepare for the times when we come out of the pandemic, which is coming now. And I'm very happy that we did this because, first of all, we had time, and secondly, now we see that the things are starting to move again, slowly, however, but they are starting to move in the right direction. And we picked up some very nice projects in the last 6 months, which I'm very happy about. So all is good. Thank you.
So looking at the markets in particular, the vertical sectors, what's performing at the moment?
We have all been very strong in the region of the Middle East and Africa. And we saw, like, we are naturally, and from our beginning, we are a broadcasting type of teleport. And we all know that broadcasting is in a slight decline. And it's a challenging time. So to find a new business, to new opportunities is becoming increasingly hard. However, we have seen some positive developments in some of the regions that we operate, and Africa in particular. Coming to Africa, of course, it's very important that the people you have on the ground in Africa, are capable people who can deliver, who can deliver not only the service, but who can also provide the payments, because in Africa the biggest challenge is getting the payments, getting the currency out of Africa, and without the local people who are working and dedicated, to our company, this is impossible. So we defined a few markets where we have these people, where we have this luck to have the really good people, and we are growing in Africa quite a lot. We also started a few months ago with one of our partners to do the occasional use, to the distribution of the occasional use of the major games from Europe and across the seas to Africa as well. So Africa is really for us a very important market at the moment, and it's growing quite fast.
So come on, tell me about the crazy world of Leo. Everybody's talking about Leo, yes. But what the hell's happening?
I don't think that anybody knows. I don't think that even Leo guys knows what is happening. I mean, it is a bit of a situation that nobody knows how will it develop. And for us, is there opportunity there? I don't see it at the moment, unless we go into kind of a landlord type of, when we host some gateways or some equipment, but this is not really where I see, for example, our teleport going. I mean, it's nice to have, beside, but it's not a focus. Shouldn't be a focus, because in reality, I don't see the business for us, or any growth or any potential that we could collaborate with these people, And this is a problem, because Leo, it looks like, and everybody's investing it and everybody's talking about it. So we know we have to do something, but at the moment I don't think that anybody knows how to do it. And I think that all our peers are in the kind of the same situation. Either they are landlords and they are thinking, well, from this maybe we'll do something in the future, but nobody knows what will the future be and what will the business. Is there a business model behind it for the teleports? For the independent teleports like us. So at the moment we are kind of observing, talking to people. Of course, we're talking to all the big ones, but that's about it, So we said we're going to take a step back and just wait and see what happens and who will survive. Will everybody survive? It's going to be very hard.
So you've got all of these new entrants into the market, chucking money at the satellite and space sector. What are they seeing that nobody else is?
Clearly, they're seeing something, because or they have too much money. I mean, I don't know. It's one or the other thing, you know. So it's very hard to say. What are they seeing? Clearly, there is an opportunity there, because otherwise, you know, all these clever people who are behind these projects wouldn't do it. But why does nobody else sees it? I'm sure that you are the same. You are questioning yourself. So what will happen? What will they do with all these huge constellations? Eutelsat bought the OneWeb, you know, and so clearly, you know, the people who are behind this, they see opportunity. I personally don't see it at the moment.
So, all right, that comes to our final question. Where is the future of STN? What are you planning at the moment?
Well, the future of STN is still to have a growth in the broadcasting sector, because I think that a lot of companies who have been competing with us in the past are not in a particularly good shape, so there is an opportunity there. We see the opportunity in Africa. We see the opportunity to grow the occasional use, which we heard that also in Europe there is at the moment quite a big struggle from the companies who basically originally and historically offer these kind of services. And we see the opportunities also in some other sectors, which I think it's a bit premature to talk about. But I think maybe in the very near future, I'll be able to talk about it, because we tested some things, some new things which were driven, of course, by the customers. Because, you know, from our side, it always has to be driven by the customers, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense for us to invest if I don't have the customer behind. So it's all driven by the customers. So we tested a few things, and I think when we meet the next time, I will be able to say more about that. But yes, I see the growth of STN. You know, STN has done really well in the last 15 years, and you know, I see it, you know, going forward with all the projects that we have at the moment in pipeline and that we signed in the last 6 months. So I see a bright future for STN for sure.
Mitja, thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. Pleasure as always.